Now presenting, live from the WMRK studios in Willamotchee, Oklahoma, election coverage you can trust from totally impartial and completely objective wrestling journalists with small-town brains and big red, white, and blue American balls. Gifted Gordon Alamo. Buddy Hard Knocks. Election Day 2024. Willamotchee decides.
Hello, welcome. You are listening to the Alamo and Knox Wrestling Rodeo right here on. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I'm on the streets.
I got you.
I'm on the streets right now. I am a street reporter now, coming to you live from Willamotchee, Oklahoma. The time now is 6:03, and boy, oh boy, I am. If I were to have the big O right now, it would be red, white, and blue. Back to you, buddy.
I'm here. You're here too.
Back to you.
You're literally right over there.
3, go.
Welcome to the Alamo Knox Wrestling Rodeo. I'm Buddy Hard Knocks. Over there in the street with the rabbit ears, we'll call it.
Hello. I'm right
You're
here.
right
this
here.
Is election day coverage.
There's no there. You're right here. You're not.
Today is the election. Is today the election?
Not today. No. Today, November 5th is the election. That's when we're warming up. We're getting it all lubed up. Everything's happening so we can, eventually conceive a democratic baby.
Hello, a new birth. Is my syllable pronunciation correct?
It's amazing. You sound amazing over there.
Well, if you're listening to us in the podcasting realm, please rate, review, subscribe, because this will be a no spin zone for the next hour for you guys. We are going to give you the democratically elected process that we will have to determine the best wrestling news here in the industry. Does that make sense?
Not at all.
Making sense?
It doesn't make any sense. No.
Okay, because what has been and what shall be to come is what we are going to do.
That is the truth. And on this show, what we are going to do is break down a couple things. First of all,
yes. Hello.
That's going to be the first thing. Hello.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
There you are, live in Lebanon, Beirut.
The bombs are falling. The bombs are falling.
Then we're going to have, speaking of democratically elected societies, then we're going to talk about Crown Jewel coming to you live from Saudi Arabia. Then the first time ever in the history of the show, 12 years, we have never done this. We are going to pick the next president of the United States, guys.
That's right.
We are 100%. We are locked in, 12 years running. Every time Gordon and I lock in for wrestling predictions, we're 100% correct. But we have never put our powers of prognostication, we have never put them to use in politics, and we're going to do that today for the very first time. We're going to go over the issues that you voted on our website that you care about. Here in Willamotchee, we are going to talk about those issues, where each candidate stands, and then we are going to pick for the first time ever, with 100% accuracy, the first president, just the president of the United States.
Just the first president. This
it's
might be
George
our last
Washington.
This might be our last president, because what I've been told. Hold on, buddy. What I'm getting in right now. Yes, this is the most important election of our lifetimes.
We've never heard this before. There has never been an election of this magnitude.
Hold on, I'm getting another word. Yep. Donald Trump has almost been assassinated for the 17th time.
Yeah, and democracy dies in darkness.
We're draining swamps today here on the Alamo Knox Wrestling Rodeo. We need you guys. If you see any ballots being stolen, I need you to call into the station right now.
Rogue election machines. All right.
Right.
If the pin pad isn't working at Arby's, we need to know.
No, Shake Shack, if you're trying to order and they're like, oh, sorry, the computer's down, give us a call.
Chinese
I ain't
interference.
putting up with this. Chinamen.
We're not putting up with you.
Ruskies.
Not putting up with you either.
Get out of here.
Get out. It's America now.
It's America. Today is America's day, because today is election day.
It is.
Or it might as well be.
No,
it
November 5th.
might as well be.
Okay, It should be. And we're going to be talking about the election. And then top 5, Gordon, top 5 wrestlers who should be president, could be president, might be president later. We don't know. It could happen.
You know what we need to do right now? We need to get to the news. We need to get to the latest and greatest breaking news. Josh, I need you to man the computers, make sure that the ballots are being counted. This is so important. And you know who I mean by they.
I think I do, Gordon. I think
they're trying to steal it. They are. They're stealing it, dude. There's ballots in suitcases. There's a broken water main down on Maine. How does that happen? A broken water main down on Maine?
Chinese interference. Gordon, here's the theme. Ready?
Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
The Alamo and Knox Wrestling Rodeo now presents Breaking News and Stuff.
And Baghdad. Freedom fries. Freedom fries. There you go. All right, first news story. I'm sorry. I'm so pumped up about this. I want America to be the best America it can possibly be. And the way we start off this news segment is with some devastating news. I don't know how to break this to you, buddy.
Go ahead. It's all right. I'm with
Samantha Irvin.
Oh no. Gordon, go. It's
she
okay.
Died, but not died, but she left.
She left where, Gordon? She left where?
She left the WWE.
So wait, Samantha Irvin left the WWE. But Gordon, her voice.
Give me a minute.
Her voice was so magical.
She decided
she was a woman of color.
She decided she was like,
her bazongas were so big.
They weren't really that big. Her butt was big, but her bazongas were okay. They were like a 2 on a scale from 1 to 10. 10 being Dolly Parton.
They were bigger than that.
No, they weren't.
They were 34C.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good size. How did
she had the good hair? It's okay. She had the good hair.
But she decided she was. I'm sorry.
Just take your time. Just take your time.
I mean, we've had a pantheon of just amazing
Why now?
ring announcers. Like,
why now?
You have Lance Russell. Hello, King, everybody. We're here at the Memphis TV station.
It's too soon, Gordon.
Incredible.
Too soon.
You know, and you've had these ring announcers, and then Samantha Irvin comes along, and much like her fiance Ricochet, just obliterates the scene and just changes everything
with her fingers. She obliterates the butthole of
no.
announcing.
Yeah. Yes.
The butthole of announcing was too tight.
Butthole of announcing,
she loosened it up,
and she was just like, "I'm jamming these in there."
Yeah, we're going all the way.
I'm going, and I don't know what we're gonna do without her.
I'm gonna lift up the balls of announcing, and then with my 2 fingers of announcing, blast the butthole of announcing, and I'm gonna zoom in so you can watch.
And then Josh, you might have to dump this whole thing. Kids are.
I'm going to do an anime pose. Me and Will Ospreay are going to do okay. Go on, Gordon. You were saying.
So I wanted to start off with a little bit of a bummer and let everybody know that now as a country, you see going towards the election, we have to unite ourselves under the banner or under the cheeks of Samantha Irvin. We need to elevate her, lift her up in a time of need. Buddy, I need the prayer warriors out there right now to pray that she doesn't go to AEW. That's what we need to pray for.
Where her talent will inevitably be wasted. Gordon, I know this is a dark time for our country, and as we head toward the election, it becomes more and more obvious that this is such a serious matter. And now Samantha Irvin is left. And along with the rest of the internet wrestling community, we are mourning. We are mourning the loss of this beautiful angel who God has sent down to announce in that gravelly, really affected voice that now coming to the ring is Candice LeRae. And, we're going to miss her. And I don't know if there's another woman or man that can really fill these shoes. But, Gordon, we will miss you, Samantha. We're lifting you up in prayer. Lord, please Lord, let Samantha Irvin find a home that is not AEW. And maybe probably not MLW and probably not GCW. Let Samantha go home.
Let her come home.
And sing pageant songs in her living room, topless, where her 34Cs can be appreciated and her big behind. Amen.
Swing low.
Amen.
Is that the right one?
Amen.
Amen.
Say amen.
Amen.
Damn it. Amen.
All right. Our next news story, lightening things up a little bit. Daniel Garcia says a lot of AEW criticism comes from people who retired their jerseys, and that is a quote. So,
like Magic Johnson.
So, well, how did now that we're talking about elevating people, how did Magic Johnson get AIDS?
I'm going to go ahead and say unprotected anal sex with men. That's my guess, because that's how everybody gets AIDS.
Dump it, Josh. Dump it.
I mean, that's scientific. I'm not saying he's a booty bandit or a rump wrangler or whatever. I'm just saying that's how. Listen, when people get AIDS, it's from anal sex with men. I mean, it's not. It's like monkeypox. Remember the monkeypox thing, Gordon? Like, really, when you take one in the tank, I mean, that's what happens. It's not supposed to go there.
Yeah. Well, let's let that simmer, and let's get to the comments from Garcia spoke with Uprocks, which we all know Uprocks is just a
high level,
stellar publication. He says hating on AEW is a very popular thing, and it gets people a lot of attention. And I feel like a lot of these things come from people who retired their jerseys. We never hung it in the rafters, and we don't even remember what their number was on their jerseys. And a lot of these people are trying to get a new career off of hating on AEW and hating on people who are trying to be successful. So, buddy, it's in my experience that when you say these types of things like they've never done anything, they want us to fail, it's 'cause you are.
Well, they got lots of room to hang jerseys in the rafters because nobody's sitting there. Gordon, on the last Collision taping, this is a fact, you can look it up, they drew a little bit more than 2,000 people to their television taping. WWE is routinely selling out arenas of 15,000. Now, this is without judgment at all on the WWE product. This is just a fact. WWE is selling out 15,000 seat arenas. AEW's barely doing 2 on their television tapings. Nobody's hating on AEW because it sucks. I mean, because they want it to fail, rather. Right. They are hating on it because it sucks. That's why they're hating on it.
Would you go as far as to say, I would say, if you go back and listen to our archives, I think we were actually great. We were big fans of AEW at certain points. I loved where they were going at certain points. They felt like a true alternative without the blood, guts, and gore to the WWE, and I really liked that. But I think you're right. The facts, the ratings are in decline, are in a nosedive. Tell me so is MJF, is he a good guy or is he a bad guy this week? What is it?
Nobody knows, but here's what they do know. Here's what I know, and I'll just go ahead and say the quiet part out loud. CM Punk is gone. That's what changed. CM Punk left. And that's what happened. And whether you love him or hate him, we happen to love him here. But even if you hate him, you have to admit, you can go back and look at the numbers.
The numbers do not lie. They have been on a steady decline since CM Punk left. After the whole incident happened, they've been on a steady decline. It's just the truth.
And they just got a brand new licensing deal for their live events or whatever. But it's because it's cheap programming. It's easy for the stations to put it on. It doesn't cost them very much money. AEW is in a tailspin. That's a fact of the matter. And Daniel Garcia is the middest of the mid-card midders that has ever midded, ever. And for Daniel Garcia to say, like, you're just hating on us because we're trying to be successful. You want to see us
fail? Yeah, that's not true.
He has charisma. He has no charisma. He's 5'6". It's not a good situation over there at AEW. But Daniel Garcia can think what he wants to think and maybe end up in NXT one day.
All right, in our final news story, we are going to talk about something, again, another sad story. Well, actually, this won't be our last story, but another sad story, or sad stories. So this is all about the election, right? Mm-hmm. And we're doing an election special. We are a no-spin zone here, but a lot of wrestlers have been coming out lately in favor of endorsing their candidate of choice. So far, let's tally it up a little bit, and this is what I know. We've had The Undertaker come out in favor of President Trump, Kane in favor of President Trump. I don't think either one of us are shocked there. Jim Cornette recently gave his endorsement to Kamala Harris, and Mick Foley also gave his endorsement to Kamala Harris. Now, buddy, who do you think would be a wrestler to put their endorsement for a particular candidate, right? That would get you to change who you are voting for and vote for that person. Is there a wrestling figure out there?
I think I would be, well, I mean, that's a really good question. And keep in mind, I'm not most people. Right. But I think that if
you're special,
I'm very special.
You're a special person.
I feel like if Hillbilly Jim gave his deep-throated, full-throat, not deep-throated, full-throated, woo, that got deliverance, or his full-throated endorsement to a candidate, I might think about that. I might go, Hillbilly Jim knows what he's talking about. He's a learned man. He wears overalls like me. I mean, I'm not wearing overalls right now, but I might. Like, I might think about that. But really, there isn't a celebrity at large, Gordon, that if they gave their endorsement, I would be like, oh, man, well, I was going to vote for so-and-so. And, again, we are not talking in this special about who we are going to vote for.
No.
We're just addressing the issues at large. But I think people rely way too much. Who cares who the Undertaker's voting for? I don't care who the Undertaker votes for. Who cares who Jim Cornette's voting for? I don't care.
No.
Doesn't matter to me.
I think that at the end of the day, you need to vote with your heart, and we'll get into that later. Speaking of hearts, Adam Cole confirms the relationship with Britt Baker has ended, but they remain great friends and love and support each other. Buddy, I have to ask, was there something Adam Cole could have done to keep his relationship with Britt Baker?
He could have put lifts in his boots. I think that's the number one thing.
Or lifted a weight.
Something. Do you know that his shin bone, his new shin bone, is made from a cadaver?
That makes sense.
Like he
kind of looks like a cadaver. So it totally makes sense.
Here's the thing, and you won't hear me say this very much, Gordon, but I'm going to say it now. A couple of years ago, when Adam Cole left NXT, he left because they wanted to make him a manager. They did not see his potential as a wrestler. Triple H specifically wanted to make Adam Cole a manager. Or no, Triple H was the one who wanted him to wrestle in NXT. Vince McMahon wanted to make him a manager when he came to the main roster. Vince McMahon was right. Let's just say it now. In this regard, this one thing, Adam Cole would be a great manager. Bringing him back now, where he came out, I think it was last week on Dynamite, and he was smaller than the referee, smaller than Bryce Remsburg. It's time, Adam. It's time. Like, just let's not. Yeah. It's terrible. It's a terrible situation there.
I think he just should have been a man. You know what I mean? I think what Britt Baker needs is somebody that's, a couple inches taller than her. Because she maybe outweighs him. I don't know. And I know, like, you can't body shame anybody, but we body shame here all the time because you need it.
You need to be body shamed.
Because we're Greek gods, obviously.
Yeah, we're really built.
You have an HPV monitor on or something, is it?
Yeah. I have my human papilloma virus monitor. That's when I give oral, this goes off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It says HPV detected in your throat. Oral's fine.
Okay. Well,
the Bible says it's okay, right? The Bible says give oral, receive oral.
All right. Well, with that being said, we wish
Britt
Baker and Adam Cole the best. But before we go, I need you to name me 5 females, buddy, that have better physiques than Adam Cole, and you have to do it in under 30 seconds. Your time starts now. Go.
Willow Nightingale, Roxanne Perez, Charlotte Flair, Shotzi Blackheart. Where'd she go? Is she dead?
16, 15,
hold on.
14,
Nia Jax.
13. Nia Jax. Very good. Beep, beep, beep. You won. You won all of them.
How many Adam Coles make a Jax?
Ooh, 3. I'm going to say 3. Final answer.
How much does Adam Cole weigh?
Do I get to legitimately?
I would put Adam Cole's weight at 150 pounds. 145, 150.
I was going to say 153.
So if you had 4 Adam Coles, which puts you at 618 pounds, that's about half of Nia Jax.
You're good at math.
If you multiply that, it'll be 1,236 pounds, which is right within the window, I think, of her fight and weight. So I think we've solved the problem here. It would be 6 Adam Coles 1.
One Nia Jax.
Amazing. She could be a trios champion twice over.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to go to a break, and when we come back, we are going to give our crown jewel pick'ems. We are going to discuss the election matters. Is that the right way? The election.
The upcoming election. We're going to discuss it, and we're going to give you our picks for president.
That's right. And then we're going to give our vaunted top 5 at the end of this hour. You are listening to Alamo Knox Wrestling Rodeo on WMRK in Willamotchee, Oklahoma. We'll be right back. Get up on your feet.
Are you feeling it, Gordon?
Old glory will not fade. These colors do not run.
They don't.
And I don't run either.
You don't. You
From
barely
Crown
walk.
Jewel, I will not run from them Saudis.
Nope.
I don't care what kind
But if they give us $50 million, we will do whatever you want.
We'll do whatever you want.
We are your whores. We are your concubines in all his harem.
That's right. Welcome back to the Alamo Knox Wrestling Rodeo right here on WMRK in Willamotchee, Oklahoma.
Hey, real quick, Gordon, I'd just like to point out something.
Yeah.
The Prophet Muhammad's first wife was 6 years old. Continue. Just wanted to point that out. Khadijah was her name. 6 years old.
The girl from Living Single?
Uh-huh.
Queen Latifah
was 6 years old when the Prophet Muhammad married her.
Wow. Oh, wow.
She's
I thought Queen Latifah was,
What's that mean? She's a German short hair? What are you telling her to go flush the brush for quail? I thought she was going to go get me a duck. Go get it, Queen.
You know what I mean, right, dog? Right? She likes a little like la 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 la.
Yeah. What? I looked it up during the break. Oral is not in the Bible.
Oh,
it's not.
Breaking news. Breaking news. I'm here on the streets. Hello. Hello. All right, let's get to the breakdown of this Crown Jewel card. We are going to give our predictions on Crown Jewel, which is happening next Saturday, I believe. Is that correct?
It is. Yeah, it's happening next Saturday. A week from this coming Saturday. Because today is in the middle of the week.
That's right. And it is not Saturday right now as we record this.
It isn't. No, sir. It's Wednesday morning.
Wednesday morning, not Saturday. All right, so let's break down this card and talk about our predictions. The first match that we need to talk about is a long one. Now, this one, they're all going to be wearing neck coats. What do they wear when the women wrestle?
They wear burqas.
Basically, right? They just cover like every inch of their bodies. Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair are going to take on Damage Control. Also, Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. Also, Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson. I have no idea who are they.
Jakara is the federation that Mike Quackenbush started in 2006.
Before he had an affair with a masked lady. Fun fact. Jakara, I have no idea who those people are, but anyways, this is a multiple team match. Buddy, who do you think is going to win this? This is going to be a classic.
Now, what are the teams again? One more time. You got Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair.
They need a name. What would you give them as a team name?
Oh, I would need some time to think about that, but I would do something definitely to steer away from their race. So let's call them, definitely I would want to steer away from that because that's not why they were put together. I would say probably
White
Black
Knights.
Power.
Oh,
Black Power is.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So Black Power is taking on Damage Control and Piper Niven and Chelsea Green and also Lash LaRue and Chikara Jackson. Who's going to win that one?
This is a barn burner. Here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say that it looks like that Bianca and Jade have been having problems recently. So it appears to me that they may be on the bridge of some kind of a rift, a breaking up. I will go with Niven and Green because they've been on a tear. And Chelsea Green is, for a Canadian, slightly sexually attractive to me.
Oh, okay.
For a Canadian. So I'm going to go with Niven and Green winning this with some kind of hijinks. There's going to be some hijinks. Piper Niven, not attractive, but I don't know that there's a Scottish woman on earth who is, frankly.
I totally agree with you, and we're going to lock this in. I actually think the same thing. I think Piper Niven and Chelsea Green have been the foils so many times in so many other tag teams' plans and rise to the top. I think it is now time for Chelsea Green and Piper Niven to have other people be their foils. So therefore, I think they're going to win this match. So we are locking it in. The next match is LA Knight versus Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes. I think now when we lock in, we're 100% accurate. Go back to the archives, you can listen to it. However, I have been wrong multiple times when I say, hey, this match is going to be match of the night. I actually truly believe that this is going to be the match of the night. LA Knight proved it and is continuing to prove when it's game time, there is literally not many people better than him. So I think, and Andrade and Carmelo Hayes have been having great matches. I do think LA Knight is going to win this match. But man, it was almost too close to call because all three of these guys are really going to turn it up. Expect this match to be a show stealer, but I'm picking LA Knight.
I'm going to diverge from you a little bit here, Gordon. I think it's Andrade's time. Mr. Charlotte Flair has been on a tear. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, and I'm sorry.
That was good.
I believe that he is going to win this match. Carmelo Hayes is great. He has a bright future ahead of him. He's just tiny. He's just a little guy. And I don't know if being a little guy who's very talented is enough to overcome this. I hope LA Knight wins. I really do. But I don't know if you can stop the momentum of Andrade. So I'm going to go ahead and say Andrade wins this. But I would not be sad at all if LA Knight retained.
Okay. Next match, Kevin Owens taking on Randy Orton. Now, I think that this match is going to go the way of the Viper. And let me tell you why. He is on some sort of supplement or program or regimen that has got him so big. I mean, he's the biggest he's ever been in his career in all the right ways. Like, can you imagine this guy standing next to, I don't know, an Orange Cassidy?
Or Jack Perry.
Or a Jack Perry.
Who, by the way, has the smallest waist in wrestling.
It looks like he ate Jack Perry. But I don't think Kevin Owens is ready for this level of Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton's doing some of the best work of his career. Kevin Owens, while a scrappy underdog, I think he's going to be really trying hard to fight from the bottom here. And bottom. But Randy Orton's going to take it. Yeah, Randy Orton's going to take it, I think.
Randy Orton's build weight right now is 290 pounds.
That's crazy.
I think he looks about, I'm not joking, he looks about 290. We all know in the wrestling business, sometimes they artificially inflate the numbers a little bit. He looks like he's 290 pounds.
Yes, he literally does.
And he's wrestling the best matches of his career. We're going to lock it in. I agree with you. Randy Orton's going to take this match. However, I think that there might be some hijinks involved here too. The hijinks-o-meter is going off. I don't know what's next for Kevin Owens. I feel like this feud is just a middle point, like a stopping point. But I feel like Randy Orton's going to win this, and so you can lock that in, along with our presidential pick if we lock in.
That's right. All right, next match. Seth freaking Rollins taking on Big Bronson Reed. Whew. You go first, because I'm having a tough time with this one. You go first.
I'm not having a tough time with this one at all. Here's the thing. I don't know if you've seen underneath the feather coat that he's wearing. Seth Rollins is in the worst shape of his career. He looks terrible. He's fragile now. He gets injured very, very easily. I think Seth Rollins' best days are behind him. I think Bronson Reed is just a tank right now. He's just mowing over everybody. And so I feel like Bronson Reed's going to win this. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, but I feel like Bronson Reed is just younger. He's stronger. Seth he has come back from his injured reserve, whatever that was, too early. He always comes back too early. He never gives his body time to heal. He's going to lose this match because it's just over the hill. It's time.
Okay, I 100% understand where you're coming from, but I am actually going to go with Seth Rollins, and here's the big reason why, is because recently Bronson Reed lost to Braun Strowman, and I don't see Bronson Reed riding as high on that tsunami. Did you see what I did there?
I did. Yes, sir.
I don't see him riding as high on the tsunami since he got taken out by Braun Strowman. So I'm thinking that has gotten into his head, and Seth Rollins being he is a master manipulator. I think he's going to capitalize that. Although he is in very, very bad shape, he needs to stay away from Bronson, take him off his feet, get a quick pinfall. So we're going to diverge a little bit. I'm picking Seth Rollins. All right, next match, Liv Morgan is taking on Nia Jax. Now, these last two matches, it is the Raw Women's Champion taking on the SmackDown Women's Champion, and then the Raw Heavyweight Champion taking on the Undisputed Champion. But Liv Morgan takes on Nia Jax. The winner gets what I don't remember what it's called. It's not in my notes.
The Triple Crown.
So it's not for
or the Crown Jewel.
Their championships. It's for the particular Crown Jewel Championship. Am I correct in that?
Yes, you are. And that's what the Saudi Arabian government has paid for, along with the death of the journalist Khashoggi, where they chopped him up into 1 million pieces and there was never
any don't talk against him. You know what I mean?
Just saying. 6 years old. 6 years old.
So Liv Morgan, should we, as the thumbnail for this episode, should we draw Muhammad?
I think we should. We are going to draw Muhammad with his 6-year-old bride and put it up there for everybody to see. And the first person that sends us a death threat will win something for the Alamo Knox junk drawer.
Why am I so tempted? Okay. I'm going to go first. Here's the thing. I think Liv Morgan's going to win, and here's why. Because if Nia Jax wins, there will be a celebration to the likes of which Saudi Arabia has never seen. And I'm afraid that they're going to mistaken her for a sacrifice. You know what I mean? And just chop, and then into a stew. And that no one wants that to happen. So I think Liv Morgan is going to use that to Nia Jax is going to be distracted. She'll be like, who in the crowd is going to shoot me or throw stones at me or whatever. And so therefore Liv Morgan's going to capitalize on that and win. And the butt.
I think Nia Jax is going to win. And the reason why is just she's fat. That's all I got. She's just so fat. Like it's like no skill is involved. She's just fat. She's a big woman. It's a big woman. So
that is a big woman.
That's my analysis.
All right, that's good. That's grade A. That's like Bob Costas just stepped in, said, "Excuse me, buddy. I got an analysis for you here on this one."
Yeah.
All right, next one is Gunther. Man, this one, dang it, taking on Cody Rhodes.
I've got your answer.
Go, please.
Cody Rhodes is going to win because of interference by Bill Goldberg against Gunther, and that will set up the next paid assassination attempt of one of the WWE's rising stars by Bill Goldberg. So I think Cody Rhodes is going to win. I think Goldberg's going to interfere, and I think that's how they're going to that's how that's going to roll, where neither one of them has to worry about losing their championship, and good old Goldberg will come back for the thrills and delight of the Saudi Arabian crowd. So that's what I think is going to happen.
Maybe he's going to knock himself out again, and then
one can only hope. This time permanently. I'm not wishing death on him. I just don't ever want to see him wrestle again.
Well, he's a brother of the menorah, so we can't wish death on him.
No, we can't do that. But I'm just saying
that would be wrong.
Is the Brotherhood of the Menorah, is that like a underground thing? Is Colt Cabana in it?
Yeah, 100%. Him and his mom.
Yeah,
and we meet in his mom's basement,
which is probably very large.
All right, I think Gunther is actually going to win. I really do. I think there is going to be some chicanery. I feel like maybe bloodline. I don't know. Something's going to happen. I do think Bill Goldberg is going to be involved in some way, and I think, if I had to predict, I would say Gunther wins, but Bill Goldberg at the next pay-per-view or premium live event, whatever you want to call it, is going to take that Crown Jewel Championship from Gunther. That's my prediction. All right, guys, you can take all the ones that we locked in, you can take it to the bank. Crown Jewel is now predicted. We are going to make sure we review that next week right here on the show. Also, we will be talking about the election. But next segment, we are going to dive deep into the election, the most important election of our lifetimes, right here on the Alamo Knox Wrestling Rodeo. You're listening to WMRK in Willamotchee, Oklahoma. Shep Chrysler or Shep,
like one of the Three Stooges.
Shep Chrysler, over to you for traffic.
Recording in progress. Welcome back to the Alamo Knox Wrestling Rodeo, WMRK, Willamotchee, Oklahoma. You are with us now as we... Is this the new Taylor Swift single?
Yeah.
It's really good. It's catchy.
It's the new cycle of indoctrination for teen girls and middle-aged men who think she's talented. Go ahead.
Amazing. Welcome back. We are now going to decide the future of this country in the most important election of our lifetime.
I'm excited. The most, you have to do this. Look at me.
I'm looking at you.
Most important, you have to do the two fingers on the lips. Mm-hmm. The most important election of our lifetime. And then you have to put it on your chin and contemplate.
All right. So what I'm going to do, Gordon, we left it open to the citizens of Willamotchee, Oklahoma. We said, guys, what do you care about? What do you want to see from the new president of the United States? What issues are important to you? And right now, I have in my hands the top 10 issues that our listeners are concerned about, Gordon, and we are going to go down these issues because, again, we do this as a service to the people, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So we're going to go down the list of issues, and we're going to analyze this with our brand of political analysis, and we're going to tell you where each candidate stands on these issues, and then at the end, we are going to pick the next president of the United States. Are you ready, Gordon?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, the first issue that the citizens of Willamotchee are concerned about is polygamy. Gordon, the people in Willamotchee want, because of biblical headship, we are a Christian community, we want to have as many wives as we want. Now, if you just want one, that's cool, right? Nobody's holding that against you. But if you want a couple more, right? Like what's holding you back?
Don't tell me no, bitch.
Don't tell him no. What if he wants 12 of them? I'm good with one because I just can't with the chattering. I just can't with the constant talking. And I also can't eat that many sandwiches. But if somebody else wants more than one, they can have more than one. Gordon, what do you think Donald Trump's position is on polygamy?
Because for the last 3 days, I have been doing so much research on both candidates. I'm going to go ahead and this is my serious voice. I'm going to go ahead and say Donald Trump is all for polygamy. I think not only that, I think he would encourage every state to make their stance on polygamy, but he's only going to take your shit for so long. Dump that, Josh. Before he says, you know what? I really think polygamy needs to be all across the board. And
are we seeing the dawning of your Donald Trump impression right now?
It's the most incredible polygamy you've ever seen. It's the easiest. Everyone told me it's the best. So I think he would enjoy polygamy. I think he probably is a polygamist. So I would say Donald Trump is going to take that one.
Let me just stop it down here to say that was a pretty incredible Donald Trump impression.
Thank you.
So we've done some research. Our team of researchers, which is actually just Josh, did some research.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Donald Trump is, in fact, a fan of polygamy. So, yes, Donald Trump loves polygamy. Gordon, Kamala Harris also pro-polygamy, we found out, because she's an Indian. So it's the continental dot, not feather Indian. They all love polygamy. And so we would like to give this a shout-out to India. We love you.
Love you,
Please
India.
don't rape us. All right. Second issue that everybody.
So that's a wash.
It's a wash. They
because I'm Italian. See this pin? I'm Italian.
Get the dry erase board out. We need the dry erase board for this. Okay. All right. Next issue, and this is something that we have seen on the Twitter machine and all the other stuff. That this is a matter that concerns the people of Willamotchee, but it's also a broader matter. And you'll see why I said broader in a second. Repealing the 19th Amendment, Gordon, and that's the amendment that gave women. I think it's the 19th or the 14th. 19th is the one that gave women the right to vote. Ugh, and as Christian men, we want women to stop voting immediately. So, Gordon, do you feel like Kamala Harris is pro or con on repealing the 19th Amendment?
I would say, again, from my 3 days of research, tireless
much research. You dove deep.
I mean, there's notes.
So
I have a page of notes here.
I mean, you put my butt to sleep.
My favorite part about that video is to wake her up when he says, I woke up around 1. He literally grabs her head and shakes it. Like, he just, like, there's no gentle, like, hey, wake up on the shoulder like normal people. He shakes her head.
He's got work to do.
Just get out, Skeezer. I got to ride my lowrider.
Get out, Skeezer. The Willamotchee Wrestling Rodeo 2024 special. Get out, Skeezer.
Get out, Skeez. I'm going to say that she is con. Because here's what I know about Kamala. Feminist.
1.
2, feminist.
2.
3, your body, your choice.
Yeah.
4, feminist. 5, colored feminist. Whoa, I didn't mean to say that.
Whoa, dump it, Josh.
I meant a
woman of color.
A woman of color is what I meant. I'm not my grandma anyways. And I've been told that she is joyful, and joy is giving, in her mind, is giving women the right to vote. So I'm going to say she is con for repealing it.
She is, in fact, con for repealing the 19th Amendment. Trump has not commented on whether he wants to repeal it, but he hates women. So I'm going to go ahead and say that he's probably pro. So use that information as you will.
As you will.
Making your decisions.
As you will.
All right. Number 3 here is an issue that maybe is a huge problem. It's more of a state issue here in Oklahoma. There's going to be a bill on the ballot here in just a week or two about this issue. They want to make reading mandatory in the state of Oklahoma, where they have words on a page, and then you have to decipher the sounds and meanings of those words without, like, they violate your rights, right? It's in the Constitution that you don't have to read if you don't want to. But instead of, like, the pictures that are everywhere guiding the citizens of Willamotchee, you know, like when you go to restaurants, there's picture menus, and you go to the gas station and there's the big thing that says, press this button. We don't want to have to read if we don't want to.
Yeah. Why?
So Donald Trump, pro or con mandatory reading?
I'm going to say con. You know, I made it this far without being able to read a lot. My favorite passage in the Bible is it doesn't matter. It's all incredible. It doesn't matter. It's ingenious.
It's getting better as you go on. It's getting better.
I'm gonna say that he is he is pro or he is con not wanting everybody to read. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he doesn't care about reading himself. He doesn't read. Nobody else should have to read either. He is definitely con. Kamala Harris wants, because she's a communist, wants everybody to have to read words, and that's stupid. I mean, I shouldn't editorialize. You use that information as you will. I'm just telling you, as a citizen of Willamotchee, I ain't reading anything, not even the Bible, unless it's a picture Bible, and I'll look at the pictures, an Instagram Bible. All right, cockfighting. This is it, man. This is my issue. I'm a one-issue voter. This is my issue. You should be allowed to take 2 animals, any 2 animals, not just roosters, any 2 animals, and you should have the right to fight them to the death for your entertainment at a the bloodier the better. If there's random sexual intercourse, that's fine too.
Right.
You should be able to do that because this is America and you should be free. Gordon, Donald Trump, Kamala Harris, which one or either of them are they pro cockfighting?
Pro cockfighting, Donald Trump all the way. In the interview with The Undertaker, you can tell. Now, again, we are unbiased. Do with this information what you will. He was a little aroused by being around The Undertaker. He could not get off the fact that The Undertaker was a larger man.
So large.
And he was like, wow.
How big are you?
Yeah. He's like, you're just so big. Tell your dad not to stand next to me because he's just so big. And like every time he's around men, he's like, he does like the cock puff, dude. Like where he's just like, me too. And so I think he is pro cockfighting, and that's why we should really think hard about this election.
He is pro cockfighting. He actually supports the United States Federation of Cockfighters. Kamala Harris, as you could guess, con. because she just likes animals or whatever.
Yeah. No.
All right. This is a big issue for all conservatives. And, it's no secret, Gordon, you and I are, because we're American men, we are
blinding conservatism. Yes.
So this is a nationwide issue, but it is important to the people of Willamotchee, too. Ritual sacrifice of children to the Semitic lizard god Moloch. Kamala Harris, pro or con?
Oh, she's 100% pro. And let me tell you why. Communist. Her dad is a well-known Marxist who actually taught in universities. And he is, and she's part of like the whole Hillary Clinton lizard people thing. They do meet in the forest, Bohemian Grove. Yeah, 100%. And by her letting gangs like MS-13 and they and the current administration do have an agreement about human trafficking. So I do believe that Kamala Harris is definitely pro.
She's definitely pro Moloch. Trump, con, but he could be paid off to like Moloch.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
This leads us. You mentioned sex trafficking, and that's an important issue to the people of Willamotchee too, Gordon. But
the sound of freedom.
There's a broader context to it too. But one of the things that the people of Willamotchee are concerned about are sex robots taking jobs from trafficked illegal aliens. How do you feel about the future of sex robots, and specifically them taking jobs from illegal aliens who shouldn't be here anyway, but they're being trafficked and we are raping them? What do you think we should do about sex robots?
I think we should employ them. I think there is a lot of pent-up essence that needs to be released by these whack job creepos that have never seen breasts in their entire life outside of a computer screen. So I think if we employ these sex robots to dive into those dungeons that these Cheeto fingered guys are living in, I think we would avoid a lot of what's happening in wrestling. This is a wrestling thing, right?
Absolutely.
What's happening in cinema, comic books, any form of entertainment. Their little Cheeto fingers would be groping, and molesting sex robots instead of paying attention to what's online.
Do you think that Kamala Harris is pro or con sex robots taking jobs from illegal aliens?
100% pro, because she herself is a noted sex robot.
All right. And Gordon, this is a very local issue. So there is a bill up for
Montel Williams' side piece. Go ahead.
A vote coming up here in November, a local bill. Gordon, in Willamotchee, and the people outside of Willamotchee may not know this, we are against things like drag queen story hour. We're against the indoctrination of our children. So to that end, there's a bill to ban all fruit from sale in Willamotchee. We want to get rid of all the fruit because we do not want any indoctrination whatsoever. We're talking about getting rid of bananas, peaches, eggplants. We are just going to get rid of all of the fruit in Willamotchee. Gordon, do you think that Donald Trump is pro or con fruit?
This just in, eggplant's a fruit?
It's got visible seeds.
This just in.
It's just, we're going to amend the bill because I'm on the committee. We're going to amend it all fruit and one vegetable.
Got it. Phallus-shaped fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, you should only be able to buy celery and potatoes.
I think the Don, because that's what I call him, because I called him for this research. The Don is very, and that doesn't mean I'm voting for him. Again, no spin zone here.
Yeah.
I think he is very anti-fruit because it doesn't age well.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
There it is.
Do it. It doesn't
do it in the voice.
It's not incredible. The science is out about it. They've told us all about it.
We just want steak and potatoes here in Willamotchee.
We just eat steak and potatoes. This is what we're doing. So yeah, he's totally con fruit.
He is totally con fruit. As we know about Kamala Harris, pro fruit. She loves fruit.
It.
The more fruit, the better. All right, Gordon, we have two more issues.
Okay, here we go.
One. This is an interesting one that has been introduced by conservative legislators here in Willamotchee. Instead of the nationwide controversy is about biological men competing in women's sports, they're introducing a bill here to have biological women competing in men's sports. And they want to take this bill nationwide. Gordon, should biological women be allowed to compete in men's sports? And do you think Donald Trump is pro or con?
He's very for it. And I think in order to make great wine, you have to smash some grapes.
You do.
And by that, I mean, I don't think the Don would mind seeing some women smashed to make some really sweet wine. You know what I mean? I will go as far as saying maybe he'd enjoy it.
And let me just say this. I don't know about you, but I would pay top dollar to see a trans man play an NFL football game. You pick. I would love to see. I would. Please do that.
Please do
boxing.
That. Or just anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're pro. We are pro. Again, do this with this information what you want.
Yeah.
Donald Trump, probably pro. Kamala Harris, probably con, I would guess, because, constructs or something. Anyways, last issue. This is a big one. It's the biggest one nationwide for young voters. They did a poll in CNN. This is the number one issue for college-age voters, Gordon, and it's a big issue in Willamotchee, too. Do you believe that Donald Trump is pro freeing Palestine by rounding up all Jewish people and putting them in work camps because they secretly control everything but are all simultaneously inferior in every way? Should we get the Jews in camps?
Is Donald Trump for that? I think he is actually against that. This is the one thing I'm going to say. I think Donald Trump knows where his bread is buttered. You know what I mean?
Okay, so our research...
You know what I mean? Like those money sacks ain't going to sign themselves into your pocket. You know
the research is unclear, but I think it's safe to say in our research, what we determined is these candidates are probably aligned here a little bit because everybody hates Jews. When we come back, Gordon, we're going to do our top 5. Wait, we didn't do the most important part. Gordon.
What?
Who is going to be the president?
Oh, yeah.
The next president of the United States.
All right. I think the next president...
Wait, before you do this, hey, Josh, can we cue up just a little bit of music here? We're going to need something, I want patriotic, but something that, let's see what we got. Yes, Toby Keith. All right, Gordon, go ahead. Courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue. R.I.P. Toby Keith.
I'll put a boot in your ass. I'll put a boot in your ass. Boot in your ass. Boot in your ass. Wait. Boot in your ass.
Middle C.
Middle C. Hell yeah, dude. All right. I am actually going to go with the next president of the United States is going to be, I have to time this just right, Donald J. Trump.
And why, Gordon? And why?
We're tired. We're so tired.
What are we tired of?
The red. But the wrong red. We're tired of that sickle and hammer hammering down us every time we try to get up. We're tired of the agendas. We're tired of the economy being so poor. I'm tired of being poor, buddy. I'm tired. Donald J. Trump is taking it back.
I just want to put things in my butt. Like, in the privacy of my own home, I don't want to do it near an elementary school.
It's just a free cunch, dude.
A free cunch. And Gordon, the first time we've ever done this, we did not talk in pre-production. We're locking it in. In the Alamo Knox, we are saying right now that Donald J. Trump will be the next president of the United States. Next president of the United States. There it is, guys. Next, we are coming back, and we're going to do our top 5 wrestlers that should be president. But meanwhile, get on the phone, call your very not Jewish bookie in Las Vegas, and you tell him you're putting all your money, your life savings,
all of it,
on Donald J. Trump, because Alamo and Knox said so.
Buddy just had a stroke. We got to get to a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to do our vaunted top 5 list, and my southern accent is going away. We'll see you on the other side of this break, right here on the Alamo Knox.
R.I.P. Toby Keith.
All right, welcome back to the Alamo Knox Wrestling Rodeo. We are powering through hour number 1 here and gave you all the election prediction of our lifetimes. Go lock it in, call your non-Jewish bookie, and tell them to put all your money on Donald J. Trump for your next president. But what we're going to do right now, well, actually, before we get to our top 5 list, rate, review, subscribe wherever you get your podcasting needs met. We have so much coming up in hours 2, 3, and 4 in terrestrial radio, but you guys listening on the podcasting realm, you only get 1 hour with us, and you have to rate, review, and subscribe to get us up in the algorithm of pain on the iTunes charts. So, buddy, we are in the election. I am in up into my my loins in the election. And what we're going to do right now is we are going to give you our prediction, or not our prediction, our top 5 wrestlers who we think should be president.
That's right, Gordon. And I'll go ahead and get us started. I think, honestly, most of my picks are going to be a little bit obvious, but I also think that, the people at home should know my number 5 pick is a man who has a couple of great qualifications to be president. 1, an immaculate record of absolutely verifiable military service. 2, a great mustache. And 3, he is not going to be beholden to foreign powers because that has never happened before. My number 5 pick is Sergeant Slaughter, Gordon.
Oh,
Sergeant Slaughter would be an amazing president. Again, drill sergeant, legit. Marine, Vietnam War service, legit. And he has always stood up for the red, white, and blue. Always. He has never, ever backed down. He has never been bullied by foreign superpowers. And he would return the U.S.'s military might to where it belongs. My number 5 pick, Sergeant Slaughter.
That's a great pick. I'm going to go a little bit different of a route because here's the problem with America right now. You're soft.
I am. I'm soft. Why don't you make me harder?
Let me get my mouth around this whole thing. We'll see what I can do. So I think we need a president in there. If it's not Donald J. Trump, these men on my list will whoop us back into shape. Or it will send us crashing down enough to where we then rise like a phoenix from the ashes. My number 5 is Boris Zhukov.
Boris Zhukov.
Yeah, we need a Russian to stomp literal fear into our loins, because what we fear the most is Russia. I look out my door. Oh, where's the Russians? Oh my God, what are they going to do? Here comes the nuclear bombs. That's what we need, though. And I think Boris Zhukov, being a legitimate Russian, would be one of the guys that could whoop us into shape. Boris Zhukov, number 5.
What's really interesting, Gordon, is that one of the critiques from the left is that most modern conservatives are in the pocket of Russian bots, like there were Russian agents or whatever. Nothing could be further from the truth. We don't like Russia at all. That's not a thing. All right, my number 4. And to prove that, I'm my number 4 pick, right? If you think about all the qualifications that a man needs to be president, besides being born in the United States and over the age of 35, there's one man that meets the primary qualification, and that's patriotism. All you need to do is give a damn about this country, and everything else is immaterial. If you're dumb, doesn't matter. If you have a criminal record, doesn't matter. If you like rape, doesn't matter that much. But the number 1 qualifications, patriotism. My number 4 pick, the Patriot. I mean, who's going to make a better president than the guy who wrote the book on patriotism? He literally wrote a book. It's called Patriotism by the Patriot. You should go read it. It's 3 pages, all pictures, no words. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, because like we discussed last segment, who wants to read?
The Patriot would be an amazing president. Which Patriot? Dale Wilkes. That Patriot. Yeah.
And we'll dig up those bones, him and Boris Zhukov. All right, number 4 for me is going to be Nikita Koloff.
Right. Not an agent at all.
Follow me on this.
I'm going with you wherever you go.
And this kind of goes back to a few weeks ago. Nikita Koloff was not his real name when he first came to this country.
Yeah.
It is now. He has changed it to Nikita Koloff because he recognizes the brutality, the lack of sensibility and humor in the Russian people. And not only that, but he's carrying a Bible, but that Bible's heavy.
And all pictures.
It's
It's all pictures. Because I don't want to read. I don't.
And I can see him clad in a nice suit, and he's gonna his first statement as president.
I knew you were gonna do it. He knew how to speak fluent Russian. He just didn't want to intimidate us with all the Russian at once. We can't take it. It's too much Russian.
It's too much Russian. The once Scott Sampson is dead. Long live the real Nikita Koloff, number 4.
Great pick. Again, we just love Russia. There's nothing. That's it. Number 3. I'm just going to say it. There's no preamble. Hulk Hogan. He's a real American.
Yeah.
He's a real American. He loves America so much that he converted to Christianity from Judaism. Okay. I didn't know if you knew Hulk Hogan was
multiple times he's converted.
Well, the first one don't take. You got to keep doing it.
Yeah, he to my count, he's been dunked 3 times.
I mean, I'm getting dunked after this.
Okay.
After this show. All right. So Hulk Hogan, real American, tan. He's got a good tan. Big arms. Blonde hair. We don't want any dark hair in the office, if you know what I mean. And like, he's got all the tools and the skills that you need to be the president. Again, probably dumb, but it doesn't matter because he's got the 24-inch pythons. He's running wild, and he loves Russia. I mean,
and he has his new real American beer that's made in China. That's American.
Is it really?
Yeah, 100%. Made in China. Brewed in China.
Beer in China sucks. Tsingtao.
Yeah, Tsingtao.
Tsingtao.
Have you had
mini Tsingtao?
I've heard real American is not good. Not a good.
I didn't even know he had a beer.
Yeah, he has a beer. Yeah,
all right. Well, even more qualification to be president. You got a beer.
Yeah. Red, white, and blue, baby. All right. My number 3 is Sergeant Slaughter, but not the Sergeant Slaughter that you're looking for. Not the decorated war veteran. Not the, sugar and spice, red, white, and blue G.I. Joe guy. I'm looking for the turncoat.
The what now?
I'm looking for the guy that sided with Saudi Arabia or Iraq. I always get the two confused. From Desert Storm, remember he turned his back on Hogan?
I have no recollection of this.
Yeah, you were drunk. So drunk as a child.
This is fake news.
Sergeant, I want that Sergeant Slaughter back because again, we need to kick our asses into shape and we need a turncoat who knows the beauty of what America could be and shape it back into that. Sergeant Slaughter, but this time I want the guy that was with General Adnan and you really don't remember.
I don't remember this at all.
Holy shit. Dump that, Josh.
Dump it, okay. Josh. All right, my number 4 pick.
Whoa.
Close your eyes.
Back in time?
I'm sorry, number 2. Number 2. Close your eyes.
Okay.
And when I say a word, I want you to just shout out the first person that, not that one. No. The first person that comes into your mind. Ready?
Okay. Yep.
First wrestler that comes to your mind. America.
Shawn Michaels.
Wrong. Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Okay.
Oh, again, cross-eyed. Probably not too bright.
Shawn Michaels.
But when you think USA, you're right, cross-eyed and not too bright. Maybe it is Shawn Michaels. When you think USA, you think of Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Who?
But Shawn Michaels loves the poon.
Which is also very American. I'm changing my number 2. It's Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels loves the poon. He loves God. And he got rid of Marty Jannetty. My number 2 pick is Shawn Michaels. Fuck Jim Duggan. I hate Jim Duggan. He's a fat piece of shit. Dump it all, Josh. Dump this. But elect Shawn Michaels for president. I'm going to put a bumper sticker on my car. Candy's going to draw it on her boobs right after this. The Ammo Knox Wrestling Rodeo.
That's right. Shawn Michaels for president. My number 2 is Paul Heyman. Not because I want him to whoop anybody into shape, but he is slicker than come on a. Oh, sorry. Dump that. If you want to
dump this whole segment,
just dump this whole segment. If you want a greasy politician,
I do.
Like a grease ball. I want you covered in Crisco. I want to hold you and then you just butter out. You just and I want you dumpy and I want you in real bad health. Because that way, if you make the wrong choice, you're dead, and we can get somebody else in. You know what I mean? Like Shawn Michaels. Paul Heyman, I think, could talk us out of any world war. I think he would lie, cheat, and steal to make America the greatest country or the best possible country it can be. Paul Heyman is a genius choice for number 2.
All right. I agree with that. My number 1 pick, and this is, again, not reflective of anything, and this guy maybe not so much a wrestler, but he does fit a lot of the qualifications you just laid out. Dumpy, especially without a shirt on, can whip us into shape, and he's in poor health. My number 1 pick, it's obvious, Vladimir Putin should be our president. Number 1. Because what says USA more than Russia? I mean, again, this is not indicative of anything.
I think you're onto something here. Because what if the guy having the nuclear codes for the biggest powers on Earth has the same body? So it's not like he's going to hit both buttons at the same time.
Right.
Like, because he's like, I can do it both. Why don't we just become Russian? Why don't we just become Russian?
Why don't we just move to Russia?
Brilliant.
Let's just move there. It seems like a good place.
My number 1, why don't you tell me? Wait, hold on.
Wait, what was that?
I'm a Navy SEAL. I have a silo full of tortillas. I live in the Baja. Jesse Ventura, dude.
Oh, Jesse Ventura. You should have done something from Predator. Dude, something from Predator.
I don't have time to bleed.
There you go. I would have got it then.
Yeah. But I think Jesse Ventura, he wants to get high. He lives in the Baja.
Me too.
And he wants to be a whistleblower on 9/11, but he still wants to get high because he's seen a lot of his brothers die. PTSD. You know,
there's a little Arnold on that one. I feel like he put a little Dutch on the end of it.
And he knows how to run things. He was governor of Minnesota. I mean, Minnesota is a communist state. Bring it in. You know, Russia. This is what we're talking about, being communist finally.
It's big tent. We just want to
just come on. Tim Walz is already the gay communist vice president guy. Let's bring it full circle.
He hunts ducks.
Bring it full circle. There's no way Tim Walz isn't gay, by the way. All right. 100% gay. Thank you for listening to the Alamo and Knox Wrestling Rodeo right here on WMRK in Willamotchee, Oklahoma. We are going to traverse into hour number 2. Please rate, review, subscribe wherever you get your podcasting needs met. And, buddy, we will see everybody next week where we will cover Crown Jewel. We will go over, is the election next week or is it next?
It is 2 weeks from now, Gordon.
2 weeks, baby.
But we're giving you time to place your bets, make your money with Donald J. Trump, and then buy some ammunition and food and water in case everything falls apart.
Don't forget to email us at akwrestlingrodeo1@gmail.com if you have any questions. If you want to get a question read on the air, or if you want to give us some feedback, that'd be great. We'll send you something from the junk drawer. Man, it's been a great time, buddy. I love you so much in that totally straight, heterosexual, red, white, and blue way. We'll see you next time right here on the Alamo Knox Wrestling Radio. Goodbye, everybody.
And be sure to look out for the thumbnail because it's going to be the Prophet Muhammad with his 6-year-old bride.
Khadijah. And she ain't living single.